Howdy, everyone. All right, so what you are about to witness is a few clips that I have already recorded. So yesterday I received my interior delivery from Karetakeraero Designs. And I talk about this a little bit in the other videos that you're about to see. But I had placed the order last January, I believe it was. This is now August. This is actually the end of August. So back in January, I placed the order. I'm sorry, it was February. I placed the order for my interior. At that time, I was told it was going to be about a year or so lead time. So I wasn't expecting them. I wasn't expecting the interior boxes to show up until like this coming February. So, jeez. My last video, I had talked about going out and helping Wes on his airplane. When I came back from that trip, I was notified that the interior was ready. So I got it a lot earlier than I expected. So those boxes arrived yesterday. So I had recorded some video real time with the interior and unboxing and things like that. I've just watched that footage and the lighting isn't that great. I don't think the sound is that great because I don't have an external microphone. I just use the microphone that's on the camera. I don't even know how this is going to sound. That's why I'm trying to yell so that the audio is hopefully a little bit better. But the point is, I have the interior. You're going to see the original unboxing of everything from yesterday. And then I'm going to bring out all of the pieces, parts, and put them out here on display. I think the lighting out here is better. Like I said, hopefully the audio will be better. So I'll have all the pieces, parts out, and I'll show them a little bit better, and I'll talk about them a little bit more and clear up a little bit of confusion that I had from yesterday. So you're going to see the unboxing video, and then you'll see everything out here on display. And I'll talk about stuff a little bit. So these videos are a little bit out of sequence. The West video, that was the last video that you guys have seen, hopefully, and this video are real time. I'll go back and get back into the engine work, but those are older videos. The engine work has already taken place, so to speak, so those videos are a little bit older. But I wanted to do the West video as soon as it was completed, and I want to get this video recorded and get all the footage together and bring this video out to my YouTube channel right away because it's exciting, at least for me it is. So I want to get it out there. And then of course I'll go back and continue where I left off with the engine work. So let me get the stuff set up here, and I'll shoot some video, and then I'll cobble it all together and post it, and you guys will see all of it in its entirety. All right? Talk to you here in a second. Howdy, everyone. So check this out. This is what I've been waiting for since, I believe, January, February-ish time frame. This is my classic Aero interior for my aircraft. This just arrived today. I am quite excited. It actually came early. Actually, I believed I placed the order in February. And I was told at the time that it was going to be a year lead time, possibly more. So I was not expecting this until this coming February. So it came early. I had been out, and like the other video that I had just posted not too long ago, I was out helping Wes again with his aircraft. And when I came home, I had a notification that my classic Aero interior was finished, and I just had to settle up payment and they would ship it out. So here it is. It is a total of 4 boxes. I didn't get a lot of, well, I got a decent amount of stuff, but not everything that they sell. Just real quick, it was, of course, the 2 seats, dash trim pad thing, 2 armrests, 2 harnesses, front carpet, stick boots, maybe 1 or 2 other things that I can't remember, but I did not want to go with a full interior. So the few things that I did buy are in these 4 boxes, and I'm getting ready to break them open here shortly. Now, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I've considered videotaping like an actual unboxing where I cut all the tape and, you know, you see them for the first time just as I would be seeing them for the first time. I may or may not do that, I'm not sure, but either way, I'll either do an unboxing type of video or I'll just go ahead and unbox everything and, you know, maybe lay it all out and then videotape that and talk about it. So here's hoping everything's right. Here's hoping that ultimately everything fits. And I will talk to you guys here shortly. Howdy, everyone. That was my little assistant, Stuka, which, if you've been following my channel, you've seen him before on a couple other videos. So I'm out here with my classic Aero delivery. This is the interior, like I just mentioned. My girl had talked me into doing a unboxing video, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. If I don't like what I see, then you'll never see it because I'll just delete it. But I'm going to do that now, and I don't know if little Stuka is going to be a part of this or not. He was interested. Now he's walking away. All right. So, classic Aero interior for my RV7. Like I said, this is not the full all-inclusive mega interior. I didn't do side panels and some of the different carpets and all that. So 4 boxes. I'm gonna I guess I'll start with the smallest one first and work my way up, because I believe the seats cushions are in this big one. I'll do that last. But first, I want to find the packing slip and make sure that that looks somewhat correct, hopefully. Because if there's anything on the invoice that's like totally wrong, I don't even want to open the boxes. I don't even want to know what the wrong stuff may look like. Open it up and find out that all the seats are pink and yellow or something. Wow, I cannot read any of that. Well, it looks like the invoice that I've been staring at for the past, I don't know how many months. So anyway, I'll just assume that that's right. I'll look at that later in detail. But first, let's open. Want to do this one?
Sure.
This is heavy. I wonder if this is the harnesses. Looks awfully small. Anyway, how about this one? Let's do this one first.
You know, I wonder if this light should be on because it's you're a little dark. No, just like this other one.
The hallway light?
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna videotape you. Hi.
That's not going to do much, is it?
This one? Yeah, I don't know. Leave that on just in case. It was a little dark.
Well, like I said,
maybe
I don't
even
like
that
how
one.
it looks. I just won't use it.
Yeah. Maybe. Try that. All right.
He's sitting there staring at you.
Yeah, I got him. Hi. Hi. Oh my goodness. Oh, I gotta go back.
All right, what do we have here? This is packaged really nice. A lot of nice foam. So these are the boots for. So these are the, what are these? These are the wing push-pull tube boots, I believe. So as the push-pull tubes transition from the wings into the fuselage, there's a huge air gap there, and these are, I believe these are for that. I don't think these are the stick boots. Anyway, I know I ordered those, so there's 2 correct items. Oh, here's the rest of it. So yeah, those are the stick boots, or the aileron push-pull tube boots. They just cover up that hole where the tubes come in, so there's no cold air rushing in when you're at 25,000 feet. I think it's a service ceiling for the RVs. Next we have, oh, this is the trim piece for the dashboard or the instrument panel. And it looks like maybe a template for drilling. Didn't expect that. That's kind of nice. This is plastic, pre-drilled. I'm assuming that's what this is. I'm assuming this is a template for drilling for the for this trim piece. This is kind of nice. This is very well padded. Looks like it's got an aluminum frame inside of it. Very nice. I'm assuming this is the instructions for mounting that. Yeah, padded glare shield trim. So these go together. Hello. And is that it? Yeah, that's it for this box. So, since that was easy, I'm going to just throw all this back in here. So nothing too exciting yet. So I'm mildly nervous about looking at the seats because with classic Aero, probably with all the interior places, the seats are like broken down into segments, so to speak. So you can pick and choose like which segments on the back and which segments on the seat you want, what colors and things of that nature. And the original invoice that they sent me when I first placed the order was not correct. So ever since then, I've been wondering about when it finally does show up, is it going to be right? You know, is it going to something going to be the wrong color or the wrong shape, the wrong size? Who knows? But you know, these boots and the glare shield and all that, those are pretty straightforward, simple parts. Hard to get those wrong unless you want some kind of weird color and they just don't want to give it to you in that color. But I wonder what this is. Maybe this has to be the harnesses because this is heavy. Can't think of what else I would have bought. Let's try this one. This has got some weight to it too.
Yeah. Unless
this is, I wonder if this wouldn't be the bottom cushions. It's not big enough. Can you see him? Or is he behind the boxes?
Oh, I saw him. There he
Poor
is.
little thing. He's going to sleep. Oh, duh. This is my carpet. So the carpet, I ordered only the front carpet. So when you place your order, you have a choice between, you can get front carpet, which is basically where your feet are. And then there are cut and contoured pieces that go kind of underneath the seats and along the sides of the seats, all on the floor. And then I think you can get carpet for the cargo area floor, something like that. I forget. Anyway, I just went with the front carpet, but if you've seen some of my other videos, I have that wood console in the front, forward of the fuel selector, which has the 2 cup holders and different things. Because of that, I had them basically cut the carpet pieces in half where the feet go. So rather than having one big sheet, so to speak, there should be 2 individual panels. That's what these are. And you have to specify where, basically like where your rudder pedals are in relation to the carpet, so they can get basically like a scuff pad placed where your heels are going to go. So hopefully they got those measurements correct. I did the measurements, I sent them in. Hopefully they got them located correctly. So I think this is just padding, because this is not carpet. I believe these are the pads that go between the stringers that are on the floor. I'm assuming. Let me make some more room here. So those, I don't know. They look like they're cut kind of weird. I don't know what this is for. This almost looks like it would be for an A model. And they don't look like they're cut square. Maybe that's an optical illusion. They look a lot bigger at this end than at this end. Yeah. Huh. That's the kind of stuff that just drives me nuts. I hope that stuff is correct. Alright, this is the actual carpet. I'm just going to check these for basic color. Yeah, that's the right color. So see, these look like regular car floor mats, don't they? Mm-hmm. These are the pads I was talking about. You have to measure from the firewall where you want these pads to be. Gosh, I wish I knew what this was. Oh, I know what this is. This is the cutout for the fuel vents that come around from the side, inside the fuselage, and they come down and go right behind the firewall. They go down through the floor. And these are cutouts to clear those. So this would be the passenger carpet, and this one with the cutout on the other side would be the pilot cutout. So these go like this, and then down between them will be my console. And these, like I said, these are the pads that you have to designate where you want them in relation to the firewall. So this is correct. These foam pieces now make sense, although they don't look like they're cut perfectly straight. Maybe that's on purpose. Maybe I have to custom trim them to fit. So we'll stick these back in here for now. Again, I'm glad to see that they look correct and they appear to be the right color, but will they just drop in and fit correctly, or are they going to be a mess? I don't know.
Sorry.
And then more foam to go in between the stringers. So these have Velcro on them on both sides. So apparently you Velcro these down between the stringers, and then the carpet Velcros on top. That's my guess. I'll stick with that. All right, so that's it. That's the front carpet. That's all I ordered. I didn't order any carpet to go underneath the seats or around the sides or in the cargo area, all that stuff. Okay, 2 down, 2 to go. Save this for last.
Sure.
So now I'm wondering, well, there must be a lot of stuff in here because I still have armrests, and I should have stick boots. Those other boots were definitely for the aileron push-pull tubes because they were black. My stick boots are the same color as the interior, so they should be a brown color. Yeah, these are the harnesses.
Nice.
Yeah, nicely packed. So I went with the olive drab, which is one of my favorite colors, especially when it comes to airplanes. So we got olive drab and black trim. These are not going to go back in this box very easily. So these are the shoulder harness, I believe. And when you order from Karetakeraero, you can get your harnesses and your pads and your trim and all that in whatever color they provide, or whatever. They have a whole palette of colors.
It's flashing red here.
Yeah, the battery's going to die.
Mm.
That's all right. Let it play out till it dies, and then I can come back and follow up. So here's another harness, another shoulder harness. And then these are the main body, if you will, the lap belt. There's the 5-point or the rotary buckle. These are 4-point harnesses. I didn't see a need for 5. So the other one, same thing, the rotary buckle. And here's another strap. I wonder what this is. There's only one. Unless the other one is wrapped up in one of these. Not really sure. This almost looks like a strap for a 5-point, which I did not order. So I have to revisit that just to make sure that these are correct. But I'd much rather have, oh, here's another one. All right, so maybe that is correct. I'd much rather have extra parts than not enough. Yeah, it's still flashing.
Yeah.
Yeah, the battery's going to quit here any minute. I'm just going to keep on keeping on until it actually quits. And then you'll just have to tune in later to see the final result once I get the battery recharged. All right, so in this box here, this should be the seats. This is the big deal right here. These are the seats, which is the big deal, and should be like the armrests and the stick boots. I know the battery's going to die before I get this open. It's going to be one of these where dead battery.
It's hot up here too. It's hot up here.
Yeah, it gets really warm, especially when you're taping in 4K. Well, I see one color that's correct. All right. This is what we've been waiting for, girl. It's been a long time coming. Stick boots. I don't know how good the lighting is in here, but these are brown. There are 2 of them. Fake leather. Armrests. I'm not going to unwrap these, but these are the same color as the stick boots. I believe these are cloth. I don't believe they're the fake leather. I may have gotten fake leather. I don't recall. And you ready? This is one of the seat backs. Don't know how well you'll be able to see that, but it's brown. It's dark brown around the perimeter, black in the middle, and of course the yellow. And that will all make sense when you see the rest of the paint scheme on the airplane when that day comes. Cloth. These are the sportsman seats. So these are not the low end. These are the middle tier, so to speak. So I won't pull out the other back. Oh, look. Chocolate chip cookie treat. I wonder how good those are. They're probably hard as a rock, but that's mildly interesting. I wonder if that was on purpose or if someone had just dropped their lunch in here. And then one of the seat bottoms.
Should eat those on the inaugural flight.
Yeah, save them for the first flight.
That's right.
So there's a seat bottom and a seat back, and they look
nice.
They look correct. They look exactly how they should. And of course, I got the second pair in the box. Totally jacked. Cannot wait to get these in the airplane and sit in the airplane. Now that it's on the landing gear and all that, I can throw these in and climb in. So, all right, I'm going to wrap this up before the battery dies because I know it's going to go any second. But everything here looks correct. I will revisit this once I get everything unboxed and unwrapped and make sure it's all correct. I'll lay it all out and I'll come back and I'll talk about it more in detail because, like I said, the battery's going to quit. I'm getting really warm. Stuka's getting really warm and really tired.
He needs to go out.
And he needs to go out because he was over by the door. So that's it. That is the extent of my interior at this point. I guess it's a possibility I can add to it someday down the road, but I doubt it because anything more than this, in my opinion, is just added weight, which I don't want. So thanks for stopping in, and I will talk to you guys later. Howdy, everyone. All right, so what you see here obviously are some of the parts that make up my interior. Like I've said multiple times, this just arrived yesterday. It came early. It was a nice surprise. I was very excited to finally have it. I am very pleased that everything seems to be correct. Like I had said in the previous video, you get to pick out styles and colors, and you have to take some measurements and things like that, which I'll get into here in a minute. But it looks like all of that worked out. The colors are right, the sizes are correct, the material is correct, so it's looking good. I have not fit anything into the airplane yet. That's going to come probably later today or sometime this weekend. But I just wanted to go over everything in a little bit more detail, hopefully in a little bit better lighting, and hopefully you can hear me. Okay, so I'm going to start with the big items first. That way I can kind of get them off the bench and bring in some of these smaller items and show them to you. So first off, obviously, are the seats. And like I had said, these are the sportsman's seats, I believe. Like I said, I placed this order back in January, so it's been a while since I've looked at interior stuff, especially on the website. I haven't been back to the Karetakeraero website, or Karetakeraero Designs. That's the company that made this interior. I haven't been to their website since like January, so I don't recall exactly what the seats are called, but I believe there are three different types of seats, I guess. This is the middle of the road, so to speak. I believe these are called the sportsman seats. I think they're really nice. I went with cloth material. You can go with leather, you can go with fake leather. I think you can do some kind of suede or something like that, fabric. This is fabric. I really, really like it. It's almost like a car seat fabric, but I think it might be a higher quality than an automobile type of fabric. It feels very, the fabric itself feels kind of dense, almost like it's a thicker, heavier material than what you'd find in an automobile. So I really like that. I really like the texture. I love the color. It's exactly what I wanted. Of course, when you go to pick out colors, you can get color samples. Actually, I have those here. These are the samples that they'll send you for free. Let me step up here to the camera real quick. So these are the color samples that you get from Karetakeraero. They have a whole page worth of fabric and leather. This one here is more of a fake leather. Most of these are fabric, but they have a whole big range of color and material to choose from. And if you email them and ask them, you can look at the chart online, the color chart online, and then you can tell them which colors you want samples of, and they'll send you the samples for free. At least back in January, they were free. But it's hard when you're looking on a computer screen to determine what the actual color is. And then, of course, when you get the samples, they're just these little samples. And again, it's kind of hard to envision that color full scale on a seat or on a carpet or, you know, whatever. So you really just don't know until the box shows up and you open it up. And I was very pleased with what I saw. These look exactly how I thought they should in my mind. And like I said, I love the color. The color scheme will make a little bit more sense once the rest of the airplane is finished and it's painted. But the seats are basically dark brown, black in the middle, and then of course the yellow stripe. So this is the seat bottom. And then of course the seat back. So that is basically, I don't know if that's in camera or not, but that is my color combination. The other nice thing about these seats that I've noticed is when you look at the bottom has Velcro. There's a Velcro strip here. This comes off, and underneath here is where there's a zipper that runs right here, and then there's an open seam underneath here. So when you pull this Velcro off, you have access to the zippers. You can unzip this, and you can take the foam out. I'm going to get in contact with Karetakeraero because I'm wondering if these are actually washable. I'm assuming that they zip and you can pull the foam out basically just so they can, you know, do assembly a little bit easier. But I'm wondering if you can take this Velcro strip off, unzip it, and pull the fabric off to clean it. I don't know, but I'm going to find out. But that was something I was not expecting. I thought these were all going to be stitched and stapled together like a regular car seat. And again, they come with Velcro. Of course, if you have the option of putting carpet underneath the seats, which I did not do. I chose not to do that because to me it didn't make any sense. But the Velcro, of course, is designed to mate with that carpet so that the Velcro basically sticks to the carpet. Well, since I didn't do that, I'm going to have to put Velcro actually on my seat pans. And then this will, of course, these Velcro pads will then attach to those Velcro pads on the actual seat pan itself, since I have no carpet. I might not have to do that. I guess it's possible that once these are in place, they may not shift around much. I don't know how much room there's going to be for the seat to actually move around, but I'll play that by ear. If I put them in and they move around and I just don't like it, then of course I'll put the Velcro down, and this existing Velcro will help hold them in place. The seat back, again, this is the Sportsman series. The seat back is different than the cushion. Like I said, I'm not sure about the zippers on this. This fabric is permanently attached. It is stapled. There's some kind of a plastic back here, and the fabric is basically stapled to that all the way around. It's not very stiff. I mean, it's stiff enough for sure, but it's not like it's plywood or something. And then this here is a lumbar adjustment. This slides up and down, and it moves. I don't know the design, of course, but there's something attached to this handle so that when you move it up and down, it changes kind of where this curve is going to be. When you move it like this, you can't see it. I don't see any movement at all. I'm assuming when you're actually leaning against it, when you're in the seat and you're pressing against this, if you move the handle around and then climb in, maybe you can feel it pressing on you down low, and then you move the handle up, you climb in and sit down, maybe you can feel it pressing more on the top of your back. Like I said, I'm not there yet. This stuff hasn't even been in the plane, so I'm not really sure what this lumbar adjustment thing feels like or how well it works, but it's just a standard feature that comes with the seat when you place the order. It's not an option. That's just how they make this particular type of seat. There's a flap here to wrap around the seat frame. The standard van seat frame, of course, will be here. This then will wrap around it, and there's Velcro for that. And that's about the extent of the information that I have for the seats. So let me relocate these. Make some room. Okay, so next up I'm going to talk about the carpet. So since the video that I made last night, which is the video that you've just watched, or the video clip, I've learned that these are in fact the filler pads, if you will, for the front carpet. So the front area of the fuselage where your legs and your feet reside, with the rudder pedals are. The carpet that I bought is that area in there. So you have the stringers that run in that front area. These pads take up these fit between those stringers to take up the gap. So this piece here has this cutout, and like I said, this cutout is for where the vent lines come down through the floor, right by your feet. So you have a left and a right. I believe these go this way, from my point of view. So let me switch it around, so it's more for your point of view. So as you see these notches here are the front. So up here would be the firewall, and I believe these sit go in the front, on the front floor like that. Like I said, the firewall then would be here from your perspective. And these cutouts is where the vent line would go down through. And then these panels are the other two that go in the middle, and I believe they would go like this. Basically like this. Because the way that the center floor console area runs, there's a little cutout here for where the basically the heat vent resides. So these would go like this, basically. And again, this is the firewall. So your stringers then, the wall of the airplane would be here, or the fuselage sidewall would be here and here. And then you have a stringer that runs through here, and then you have your center part that runs through here. And then the carpet then would lay flat over all of this. And again, these have Velcro. So there's Velcro on this side here, these three strips, and then there's Velcro here. This side is just like a foam rubber pad. This side is felt. So I believe these actually go this way. So the felt goes against your bare aluminum like this. Of course, you would peel this off, and this is sticky. So this then would get stuck to the bare aluminum floor, and then this Velcro here sticks to the bottom of the carpet, which I'll get to here in a minute. So you peel this off. This is Velcro. This is just a Velcro strip with the plastic backing. You pull the plastic backing off of the Velcro, stick it down to your aluminum, your bare aluminum floor, and then the carpet itself will lay on top, and the back of the carpet is a felt. That will engage with this Velcro to tie everything down. And I was mildly concerned about the shape of these panels, like I had mentioned. They're bigger on one end than the other. They have a taper to them. Of course, that makes total sense to me now, because the stringer will run here and the stringer is straight, but the side of the fuselage has a taper to it. So these are tapered to fit. I have not tried these in the airplane. Like I said, that will be coming probably sometime this weekend, fitting all this stuff, making sure that it fits correctly. But I have a lot more confidence in these now, because I finally realized why they're cut the way that they are. Okay, so that is the padding that goes between the stringers up front. So now the carpet that lays over top of the pads. So I believe that this front carpet, I believe these go this way. I believe originally this is all one piece, but because I made that wood cup holder center console area, I didn't want carpet obviously in that area. So I just had them make two separate panels. So again, you can see, kind of like with the cutouts here on the foam, these also have those same cutouts. So this cutout here is again for the vent line. This little notch here just clears that center heat vent area. So again, from your perspective, let me move this stuff over. So from your perspective, the carpet would be like that. And then I had also talked about these scuff pads, is what I call them. These are really nice. This is it's flexible, but it's a very dense, very hard plastic. And I think there's some padding underneath the actual, this plastic pad. It feels like there may be something under it, besides just the carpet. Maybe not, but it feels like there might be something underneath there, more padding. But yeah, I just had these made up obviously into 2 panels, and Karetakeraero will ask you ahead of time, where do you want your heel pad? So you measure off of the firewall. You have to measure back from the firewall roughly where you want these pads. And of course, it's a guesstimate, right? Because I didn't have my seats, I didn't have my seat cushions, so I wasn't really sure where my body was physically going to sit in the airplane, and then I wasn't exactly sure then where my feet would end up, so then I wasn't exactly sure where to place the rudder pedals. So for me it was a guesstimate. Absolute worst case scenario, I would keep these as spares or maybe sell them and have 2 new panels made with a different location for the heel pad. Worst case scenario, but I'm very confident that these will be just fine. And again, these are just like, they're very similar to automobile floor mats. They're higher quality. They're thick. They're probably, overall thickness is probably close to a 1/2 inch. I like them. I'm more than impressed with the stitching and the seam. You know, this seam around the perimeter is nice. Again, this is a felt back. Not much more I can say about the carpet, right? All right. So that is that. So next up, let's talk about harnesses. So this is just one harness. Again, this was ordered with the interior. This specific harness is a hooker harness. These are the shoulder pads. I don't know if that's in camera. But this end here attaches behind you, where your cables come through the bulkhead, the baggage compartment bulkhead that's behind you. Cables come through that, and then this will attach to one cable, and the passenger side, of course, attaches to the other cable. So this is the cable attachment that goes behind you. And then, of course, these are the shoulder pads that go like this. It's very, very nice. You know, these, I don't have any, this is the only harness I have experience with. I don't have experience with any of the other manufacturers, but this is very, very high quality. It's a safety device, right? So it has to be decent. I don't know if there are some knockoff companies that make cheaper harnesses, but these are really nice. Again, when you go to place your order with Karetakeraero, even the harness is completely customizable. You can get a 4-point harness, which is what I decided to go with. I did not want a 5-point. Maybe I should have gone with a 5-point, but I think a 4-point is good enough for what I'm planning on doing. But your choices are 4-point or 5-point harness. You can choose overall color. Like I said, this is olive drab, which is one of my favorite colors, especially with aircraft. And then the trim is black. So I don't know if these connectors are always black, regardless of what color you go with. But it just so happens that I went with black trim, and these connectors for the buckle happen to be black. I don't know if that color changes with other color combinations. I don't know, but it just worked out for me. So you get the color choice of the harness itself, and then the trim color, like the color that you see here on the pad. These tabs, these pull tabs are an option. You don't have to have these, but you can if you want. It's free. There's no extra charge to have the pull tabs, and you can choose what color you want these. I was thinking about having my pull tabs yellow or potentially red, but ultimately, of course, I decided on black. So you get color choice, you get, like I said, you can choose between a 4-point and 5-point, and the other choice is the buckle. So this is one side of the lap belt. I chose to go with the rotary buckle, which you see here. You can also get more of a standard seat belt type of latching connection, but you know, I went with the rotary buckle. Like I said, this is just one lap belt, so of course this end attaches down below you to the side onto the fuselage anchor point, and pull tab to help with the length adjustment. Of course, olive drab, black trim. And then this is the part in the previous clip that I wasn't really sure what it was. This is nothing more than the other side of the lap belts. So these pieces parts will be like that. It's just a right and a left side for the lap belt. So that's the harness, which I'm really excited about. I think this, if you can imagine this harness kind of draped over the seats, I think that's going to look pretty darn cool. All right, let me get this out of the way here real quick. All right, so next, very simple armrest. And again, everything is customizable. I don't think you can change the shape of these as far as length, but you get choice of color, you get choice of fabric. Just like the seats, you can get cloth, you can get leather, you can get fake leather, you can get all kinds of different colors. And basically everything's the same color. Carpet's the same color as the seats, the armrests are the same color. The boots that I'll get to in a minute is the same color. The only color differences are the harnesses and the little trim piece for the dash, which I'll get to here in a minute. So, simple fabric. Again, I chose fabric for the upholstery. A little bit of padding, not much, really not much to even speak about. Maybe 1/4 inch worth of padding. They come with this heavy. This is close to 3/16 inch thick. Really super dense foam. It's almost a plastic. The armrest itself is made of aluminum, so I can't tell how thick it is, but it's aluminum frame, and it's got the screws already attached to it, and then this is the foam. I'm assuming this goes just like it came packaged. I'm assuming this stays like that, and then this whole assembly then gets attached to the actual armrest that's part of the fuselage. I don't think the armrest attaches directly on top of your aluminum piece and then this goes underneath. I don't think that's the case. I think these stay together just like they are. So that's that for the armrest. Now, this packet here, is this the armrest packet? No, this is for the glare shield. So here are nuts for these 6 attach points. There aren't any instructions included with this. Like I said, I believe they go just like they come. I think this is how you put them together. You just take this assembly. You have to drill holes in your existing armrest. These drop down, and then you screw it on from underneath. Next up, we have very simply, of course, I haven't unboxed or I haven't unwrapped this yet, but again, these are the black. this is actually, what do I want to call this? Vinyl is what this is, and it's got, the inside of it is nice. It's more of a felty liner on the inside. But these, again, these are just for the push-pull tubes that come in from the wings. The wings come, push-pull tubes come out of the wings. These tubes here come out of the wings and they penetrate the fuselage. Where they come through the fuselage, there's a hole that's a good size. It's probably a 4-inch, 5-inch hole. That area between the side of the fuselage and the end of the wing, that's exposed to outside air. So you're going to get potentially a lot of cold air coming through from the outside through that hole into the fuselage. These boots just take care of that. These boots seal off that hole here, and then they clamp around the push-pull tube so that you don't get that cold air coming into the cockpit. And these are, this is the mounting instructions, and these are a couple of metal flanges that you have to attach to the fuselage to give the boot something to clamp to. But I haven't looked into that quite yet. But that's all these are. And I don't believe you get a color choice on these. These just come like they are, black, since they're hidden anyway. I've already talked about the armrests. These are the actual stick boots, and again, just like the seats and everything else, there are 2 of them here. I'm not going to separate them. Very nice. Again, I chose the brown. You get color choice. I don't think you get a material choice. I think they just come in, this is actual leather. I think that's the only option. Because I believe if I could have gotten fabric, I would have gone with fabric. But, and again, very, very nice. They zip, so you can get them around the stick and then zip them up. They come with a metal ring, a metal plate that's pre-bent. I don't know if you can see that, but pre-bent to match the shape of the floor where these need to be mounted. This is a metal frame, and I believe, again, they come with Velcro, so I believe these just Velcro in place. When I did my floor, I wasn't sure how these attach. So I went ahead and put nut plates in this location per the plans. I guess initially I'll just try it with the Velcro, but if the Velcro just doesn't play nice or if it becomes a problem, I'll probably go ahead and run screws through this plate into the existing nut plates. That may actually look nice too. If you use the right kind of trim and the right kind of screw head, that may look kind of nice. And then finally is this little trim piece here for the dashboard. So from your perspective, if you're sitting in the airplane, this is what you'd be looking at. This is where the instrument panel is. So this padding here covers up that hard, thin knife edge of the instrument panel glare shield. And then of course you've got about 2 inches, 2.5 inches that runs on top. So that's all this is. This is just a glare shield edge pad, if you will. It's on an aluminum frame, very thin aluminum frame because it's very flexible. You can see that it's pre-populated with some kind of threaded inserts, and then it's padded. It's not very thick, but it's very dense padding. It does have give to it, but it is quite dense. And this is, you can't see it on camera, but this is very nicely stitched right here on this front edge. So this is just the glare shield edge trim. With this came this piece, and again, I'm not sure what this is. These are the written instructions to install this. I have not looked at this. I'm sure it's all explained in here, but I don't know if this is just a template. If you just put this on your glare shield, maybe you put it on even with the edge of your glare shield, center it, and then you match drill these holes, which correspond with the existing threaded inserts. I don't know if this is just a template or if this is supposed to go on here, or again, if maybe you mount this onto the instrument glare shield first, and then this is a backer that comes up from underneath. I don't know. I'm sure it's all in here. I just haven't gotten to that point. So that's it, everybody. That is the extent of my interior. Like I said, obviously I didn't buy everything that they offer. They have a lot of things that you can choose from. You can pick and choose how you want things to go together. I chose more of a very simple route. I didn't want the added weight of side panels. You can get, you know, side panels up where you sit, and then you can get the forward side panels, and you can have pockets for storage. You can get all kinds of stuff for the cargo bay. You can get the side panels, the back panel, floor carpet. You can get a like a tonneau, whatever it's called, cover. Comes across the top of the cargo bay. All kinds of stuff. I didn't go with any of that, like I said, just because I just didn't want to. I didn't want the expense, and I don't want the added weight. That's just personal preference. So if I change my mind in the future, I can always order that kind of stuff after the fact, but I really don't see that happening. So that's it. That is that's the interior. Obviously, when I get it fitted into the airplane, I will take pictures. I might do a video after it's all installed, just to give you an overlook of how everything kind of comes together. Ultimately, I don't think I'm going to keep it in the airplane. I'm going to fit everything, make sure it fits. I'm dying to put everything in and then actually climb into the airplane and sit. But after I do all that, I'm probably going to take everything right back out, put it back in the shipping boxes and store it, because I just don't need it in the airplane. I don't need it out here collecting dust. It's all got to come out anyway when the FAA comes out to look at the airplane. So that's the route I'll probably take. So that's it. And as always, thanks for stopping by. The videos now coming up that you'll see coming up are going to go back to my engine work, and those are older videos that kind of work has already been done. I'm just trying to get caught up, but like I said, I wanted to insert these videos more real time as they happen, and then I'll go back and get back into the engine work. So that's it. Thanks for stopping in, and I will talk to you guys later.